countless in regards to the development of the alpha branch within the Reploid. And now, commence the video.
What is up, you Splat-tastic fresh warriors? On behalf of Inkopolis Plaza, Square, Splatsville, or even Alterna, wherever you are in the most fresh location on behalf of Splatoon, I'm Silverreploid CLE, and welcome to another kind of video. This is going to be a special kind of video. I guess you could say it's kind of like a huge DIY video that I don't think I have done a single DIY video for the first time in my life on the channel, but I either have done it like a long time ago, or I don't know. But this one right here, if I have done one in the past, this one is much special, maybe. But this is something that I've been promising you guys for a long duration of time now. I promise you guys that I'll make something in dedication to Splatoon because, well, I have been telling you guys after so many Splatfests ago that I would definitely make the Dualies if I were to get a third Splatfest win, which I did not, but it doesn't matter which. I'm just going to go ahead and get with the project either way. So, guys, it's finally here. I'm finally down to doing it right now, and of course, you guys are definitely going to see how I came across doing this. Ever since I've been so addicted to playing Splatoon lately, Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, and I changed mains and whatnot, and of course, I can't believe it actually let me to actually get in the tools to actually make them, even though they might not look it, but might not look like them. I meant to say, I'm sorry, I'm just like tongue twisting because, well, I just got finished doing the video, which you'll see after the intro portion of the video, where I show you guys where I make these. Okay, let me just stop right there. Anyways, these are one of the weapons. Well, they might not look like the ones that I saw originally in the game, but to say the least, I made something that relates to them somewhat, and you'll definitely hear the name of them on the next part of the video, and you will definitely see how I made one of the next one. One of them I made last year, but today I made the other one this year. I finally got to doing that, and yeah, this was easy to make, and you'll definitely see how I made them on the next portion of the video. These are super cool, just by looking at them. I guess you could say I got too fascinated with them lately. Well, not just these, but one of the original weapons that I main in-game, which are the Dark Tetra Dualies. Well, this was since Splatoon 3 came about. I haven't gotten that much farther when it comes to maining these weapons on Splatoon 2 because previously, before I got to these, I used to main the Splooshomatic. And of course, I changed main because, well, why not? The Splooshomatic set had a curling bomb and a splashdown. And now they have these babies, and of course, the return of some other weapons that they had from the old installment of Splatoon. And you know what, let's just jump right into the implementation as to how these came to be. And like I said, guys, you will definitely come across everything pertaining to these in just a moment. But before I get started, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Nintendo for bringing Splatoon to our lives, and of course, the weaponry of Splatoon. And I also want to thank dear sister Mun for giving me insight in regards to what this part of the weapon is, because, well, one time last year, I asked you guys to help me research the parts that the Dark Tetra Dualies use so I can make the replica, and lo and behold, I was told that these are the sport insoles, and dear sister Mon got it right for me, and of course, I gifted her a nitro on Discord, which I know she said it wasn't necessary to do, but I just can't think of it because, well, I guess you could say I've been overly obsessed with the Dark Tetra Dualies ever since Splatoon came about. I guess I can say you're right, because, well, I haven't mained them for some time, even though I main certain weapons, but there will be a little trivia in regards to certain weapons that I made to make these come out to be. But for now, let's transition to the DIY video as to how I made these. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and transition to it right now.
Okay, so before we get started with the tutorial on how I came about with the DIY Dualies, I would appreciate you guys if you guys leave a like in this video, leave your comments down below, tell me what you think of the video, and of course, please subscribe for more Splat-tastic content with the post notifications on. And yeah, with that being said, let's get started on how I came across what I call the Sakura Tetra Dualies. Okay, so I came across Sakura Tetra Dualies because, well, the insoles that I bought from Amazon last year during Black Friday, these were the ones that I came across. I wanted to make sure that it correlates with the Dark Tetra soles, the insoles, if you will, the shoe soles. I was trying to find something that was kind of related to the ones that was originally displayed in the store on Amazon, related to the one on Splatoon. And of course, I came, in terms of coloration, this is the closest I could find, considering that it has the portion. You can see the bottom side of the insole, as you can tell from the presentation of it. So I got that, and the main focus is you want to make sure it relates to the, well, given the look of the Dualies on Splatoon, what I did was just make a small opening to make it simple for the nozzle to come through. And of course, I want to make sure that the paint gun, which is going to be in this portion right here, stays stable. It has a sustainable stability, like how I did with the with this one right here. What I use to keep it stable are the bolts, as you can see right here. These are what I also got from Amazon with the other parts, the screws, nuts, and sets. The screws and nut set, and I basically use a few to kind of like make it stable, like underneath it. This is what I use, and I want to also use a few bolts and things to kind of like keep it still so it won't fall off or anything. Now, in terms of I guess you could say I combine both the Tetra Dualies and the Aerospray MG together, considering that the Aerospray MG is silver. And yeah, so I have that done, and of course I also have the spray gun, as you can see right here. This is the last box of the Aerospray gun. I'm going to go ahead and get this in opening. So let me just open the box. And as you can see, there is the toothbrush, which I do not need. I can use it to clean the bathroom every now and then. I have the Aerospray tank, the small tank. And of course, you also have the spray gun itself. And yeah, so right off the bat, we can just go ahead and attach the spray gun to the side. So I'm just gonna do this, give it some tightening to make sure it goes upward like this, and of course cover it with the lid with the blue top. That's basically the first part. This is the yeah, let me just tighten this so it won't come loose. Alright, so that's the first part of the spray gun complete. Alright, so that's out of the way. Now, in order to make the opening on the insole, which we're going to move on to next, in order to do that, to pen this out, we're going to at least find the spots. First, let me look at the other one to make sure well, I want to make sure it goes like between this part. Okay, so looking at the other one that I made, judging by the look of it, judging by the position of the nozzle, you want to ensure that you make a small opening right here, because this section is actually elastic, which means it can stretch, and of course it can make it a little more simple to fit the nozzle of the paint gun through the opening. So that way, well, we want to make it a narrow opening, so that way it won't be too much exposure, so it won't rip off easily. So yeah, let's go ahead and use a small tool. You can basically use any small tool, but the only small tool that I'm going to use is this miniature screwdriver here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to meticulously put my finger right here, and of course carefully make a small incision, well, punch my finger, and I'm going to go ahead and go through it if I can. There we go. And of course I'm going to do a little ripping, at least right. And if you hear some paper rip sound, that means it's making some more opening to these sections. So be careful not to break your tool when you use it too. So what I'm going to do is we're going to, there we go, at least just like a small line. You should at least have this much of the incision for the nozzle to go through. Now, next step is, you see this section here on the spray gun. We're going to remove it, unscrew it to be exact, We'll keep this inner part in, and you'll see the golden tip of the gorgeous spray gun. Now, like I said, it will not trigger any fire unless you have like a pipe or something to kind of like make it spray, etc. to kind of make it a little fun. But I'm just making the replica of the Dualies, and I intend to make it a DIY project. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to take this and of course attempt to put the nozzle through the incision that we made. Let's see if it'll go through. Make sure I position it correctly. Go there. Wait, hold on. This goes first because if you make this go first, it'll make it easy to put the nozzle, the other part of the nozzle, to cover it, and of course it'll keep it secure and easy to work with when making these DIY dualies. So the tip should make it a little simple to come through. So let me just add more coaxing to it, if you will. If you need to make a little incision with your finger or so, feel free to do so, but be careful because you do not want to puncture yourself with anything. Alright, so the golden piece of the nozzle came through, so we're good to go from there. And we're gonna also bring this in as well. Okay, we're almost there. Just add some encouragement to the procedure, and there we go! Alright, so it should look like this. You should see both the golden nozzle and the silver part of the spray gun. And yeah, so we're basically done with the screwdriver portion, the small tool portion of the weaponry, if you will. If you get this, you're more likely to proceed with the rest of the project. So, this is what we have. Alright, so we're going to take the cover to the spray gun and we're going to just simply screw it in. There we go. I do need to straighten it a little bit. Alright, so far we have this part of the dualies done. Yep. This is what we have. That's how it should look. And once you get that done, we're more likely ready to move on to the final step, which is going to be keeping it stable. So I know I said we're basically done with the screwdriver section, but we're technically not finished yet because we have to work on the bottom portion of the insole. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an opening for the bottom insole. But first, let me fix this a little bit. Kind of straighten it up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take our small tool here, and we're going to open the bottom side of the insole. So let's go ahead and work on that. Make an incision. Now, if you see it dangling like this, don't worry. That's when the screws and bolts come in handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom portion of the aerospray gun. I'm going to pop it through. Well, actually, it's not enough to make an incision to actually go through. So we're going to have to go underneath and cut this a little bit. Alright, so we're doing good. So you should get this much done. This should be good enough, I think. We'll see. So let's go ahead and pop this through again if we can. There we go. It's getting in there. So we're gonna go through this plastic here. Here we go. So far, so good. And to prevent the aerospray gun from coming out. Well, actually, this can be loosened just a tiny bit. Well, just adjust it to where it will like be like the other one. So I did a little adjustment to that section there to kind of like, because it was like folded like too much backward. I wanted to get it like at a small curve, like this. And of course, hey, that's a little too much. Oh, I had it this way. That's why it was the aerospray tank was supposed to be like this. That's what I was confused about. Oh yeah. Okay, so far so good. It's definitely helped. Alright, so now we can move on to the last task, which is keeping this stable. So what we're going to do is we're going to carefully make another hole down here under this chute right here, and we're going to apply a big bolt to the section to keep it stable. I want to ensure that I get the same size as the bolts that I used for the first one that I did last year. So let me see if I can find that. Yep, it matches. So we're going to simply put the bolt through here. Actually, let me go ahead and make the next hole for it. I'm gonna make the hole right here underneath the section down here. So what I'm gonna do is going to like this. Okay, so it's under the chute, so it must be close to it. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just need to make a small hole for it. Carefully. Would use a carving knife, but I don't want to like end up like injure myself or anything. And the thing about the brake, I better be careful. So let's just oh sorry, oh the camera noise. Let's just okay, make a small opening there. Remove some of the pink elastic, and we shall go from there. Alright, this should be good. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, we are now going to get this bolt and go underneath it, and of course, well actually we need to, this is going to be a very tough part. So what I did for this one is apply the circular, I think it's a nut and bolt. Yeah, I need at least 2 of these bolts and 1 of these rings sections. I forgot what they were. I think they're the, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get 2 of these. I want to make sure that it fits through this bolt. Yes, it does, because it's able to screw in. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get a ring, which is this. Let me see if this fits. Yes, it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in first. Hopefully it'll go through the small incision I made. Let's see. I see the opening. Sorry about that, guys. We're bumping the camera. As you can see, it's going through. This is what we want. As you can see, it's able to go through. Now, we're going to need this ring here to go in like that, and we're going to use these 2 to keep it steady, keep it stable. Yeah. Let's just screw it in. It's a very tough and peculiar way to keep this stuff together. If you're making the DIY do it yourself, that's probably how I do it. I know there's this one tutorial video where this person made the Splat Dualies replicas, but today I'm making the Dualie replicas, Dark Tetra Dualie replicas, even though they're not Dark Tetras, but hey, at least I tried. And of course I realized that the battery is going low, so I'm going to stop here for a moment, and I'll show you guys how I do the last one when I get it good and charged. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're officially back to recording mode, and after giving my camera and of course my phone a break, well, my phone's still on charge by the way, but I gave my camera some time to charge. We can finally move on to the final step, which we're pretty much done with almost, because, well, the only thing we're going to do now is tighten the areas where the bolts and stuff are to keep the aerospray and the insole in the shape that we're trying to go for, the designated shape that we're trying to go with. And this is the shape that we want right here. This is the one that I made previously before I got to this one. All I have to do now for this one is to tighten the bolt. Well, actually, I need to add the secondary bolt, and we'll go from there. Actually, let me tighten this, so that way we can fully get everything in there. And after that, we'll be through with this DIY project. So what we're doing right now is we're tightening the bolts to the screw right here. And we're going to do the same thing for it. I know this comes up, but don't worry, it's temporarily. We're just tightening the bolts to the screw, which is exactly what we're doing right now. So once we get this tightened in, and once we get everything together, which I'm certain that we will, then we'll be good to go with the remainder of this DIY project. So now we have the two bolts in, and the screw is secured with the ring on it. We're going to have this go in this hole right here, this area here. And of course, we're going to put this section through the incision that we made on the insole. So with that done, this should be a kill two birds in one stone procedure. So we're going to pressure it in, and Okay, so the stuff should be fine from there. And by the looks of it, everything's good. So these are the Sakura Tetra Dualies. As you can see, great implementation. I said this was a DIY project, so let me just fix this right here. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is totally worth it. So we got the shapes done. Both of them correlate with each other, even though the aerospray tanks are in the same spot on both of the aerospray guns, but the soles look different. But it doesn't matter. We still got the Tetra Dualies made successfully. And yeah, I said this is a pretty well done DIY project. It was definitely worth the spending for the tools that I needed for the job. And I say this is a success. This is a very well done success. So I'm going to come back to you guys in a little bit after you guys have a good look at them. And once we do that, I'll share with you guys my input in regards to these replica dualies. Well, these are not actually replicas. They're basically just like, I guess you could say this close to a replica, but let's just say fan-made dualies for Splatoon. Because, well, I'm a Splatoon fanatic, so what can you do? Anyways, now on to the next portion of the video.
How terrific was that, guys? Like, it literally took only like a couple of minutes or so, given the imaginary thought process into making these dualies. And of course, here they are once again. Now for the little trivia in regards to how these came to. Well, given their presentation and of course, given the looks of them, I probably would have done a better job given the aerospray paint guns a little more color alteration, like painting these to like black. I don't know, but I guess you could say that metallic coloration is a little boring, but hey, it's a start. I might decide to paint these one day and of course show you guys a rendition of the looks of the the Sakura Tetra Dualies, and of course, in terms of different coloration, I might decide to repaint the insoles as well. I'm not sure, but I want to keep the pink portion because, well, if it's not pink, then it's not called Sakura Tetra Dualies anymore. So how exactly did the Sakura Tetra Dualies came to be? Based on my input, well, considering the coloration, the pink coloration as you can see right here, because, well, Sakura is traditionally colored pink, because Sakura is cherry blossom in Japanese. And secondly, why did these come about, the two tanks that you can see right here, was because, well, truth be told, I made both the Dark Tetra Dualies and the Aerospray. I made both the silver and the gold, aka Aerospray MG and Aerospray RG. And yeah, that's how these came to be, pretty much. That's pretty much all there is to it. The two sole trivia reasons as to why these came to be. So there you have it, guys. And maybe Nintendo might come up with something pertaining to the return of either the light Tetra Dualies or something that's a lot distinctive compared to both the light and the dark Tetris. So yeah, looking at the Sakura Tetra Dualies, I just love how they look based on how they're made so far. And yeah, guys, that just goes to show you how anything is possible. When you're making replicas, anything is possible as long as you have the right tools for the job. With that put into excellent perspective, that's when I came across to making the. Being a Splatoon fanatic that I am, also a Splatoon lover, if you will, that's how I made the Sakura Tetra Dualies. So if you want to make anything from any video game or any franchise, I mean, all you have to do is just go for it. It can be anything. Now, I was literally close to buying the actual replicas of the Dark Tetra Dualies, but I found the tools on Amazon, and I say it's pretty much more beneficial compared to buying the actual cosplay props from the store, because the Dark Tetra Dualies replicas cost around like $200 and something, even though people might be able to afford it. But honestly, making these, looking at them, they're kind of like a lot more stylish compared to getting the cosplay edition of it. But hey, anything is possible, right? So there you have it, guys. My video, my long-awaited and promising DIY project video that I was supposed to bring to you guys ever since this Splatfest came about. And I know I should have said, heck, I should just go ahead and do it, let alone just waiting for the third Splatfest win, which I know will happen in the near future, even though Splatfest has been fun and whatnot. You win some, you lose some, right? I mean, take it from most people. So anyway, guys, that's it for my DIY video. I do apologize for the longest of waits to make this video for you guys, because I promised you guys a long time ago that I'd make the DIY project video where I show you guys how to make the Sakura Tetra Dualies that I named. Well, actually, my dear sister Mon actually agreed to the name. She actually thought of the name because, well, given the coloration on the outside of the insoles and, of course, looking at their stylization in terms of dualies and whatnot, I just had to think of something elegant for these dualies for a name of them, and that's when I came across Sakura Tetra Dualies, and of course, Mon actually liked it. So dear sis, if you're watching the video, thank you so much for the help, and of course, for everything pertaining to the dualies and whatnot. If you want the tools that I got to make these, head to the links in the description where I bought these tools for the DIY project. You want to make something that's correlated to this, or you can use any tool that you can use to make your own dualies on Splatoon. If you're a dualie main and of course you want to make something like these, head to Amazon and of course do some research, and of course if you want the ones that I've done, you head to the links in the description. It is totally up to you. You can stylize any dualies that you like, as long as it's like, you know, if you're into Splatoon and of course you love using dualies like I do, you can do some research and of course make your own DIY project and of course go from there. So yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm going to end this video right here. My long-awaited do-it-yourself project video where I show you guys how to make Sakura Tetra Dualies, great dualies replicas as well. Well, actually a fan-made weapon on Nintendo as well. If Nintendo see this, they probably might make something pertaining to that. I don't know, but yeah, guys. So this right here is my video where I will close off. I hope you guys enjoyed it to the fullest, and if it is always, blast on that like button because it really keeps me going, and make sure you leave a comment below to tell me what you think of this video, and of course please subscribe for more content once again with the post notifications on, and of course keep yourselves up to date on my social media and Twitch channel. Links are also in the description. And with that being said, everyone, there are more to come soon. This is Reploid/Inkling himself, Silverreploid CLE. I love you guys to the fullest, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Got my hands full because of these awesome dualies. Stay blessed, warmed, loved, safe, quarantined, fresh in the flesh, off the hook, and I'll see you guys next time at Utopia thank you all so much once again for watching this fresh and splastastic video. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed and safe Thursday, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay fresh. I love you guys so much.
Hey guys, Silverreploid CLD here. I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Please smash on the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and please turn on the push notifications. And also, please make sure you check out my other videos or any video on display and show tons of love and support for not only me, but to those who are also involved. Have a great one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!